Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the January 8th meeting of the Muncie Board of Public Works and Safety. We apologize for the late start, but we did have some technical difficulties, but we're here now. If you'd like to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with and justice for all. Thank you very much. If we could have roll call, please.
Ted Baker.
Present.
Lola Mauer.
Present.
Linda Gregory.
Present.
Thank you. We have the minutes for the January 2nd meeting. Again, Lacey, thank you. And if we could have a motion to approve the minutes.
Yeah, I move approval of the January 2nd minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Having none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We have been presented the Register of Claims. Mr. Craig Wright from City Controller.
Good morning. Sent out the claims yesterday afternoon. This is a credit card week, so there was some extra claims on there. Dealing with that, we did have some payments like for our IT department, which is the first of semi-annual payment for that. And a lot of New Year starting payments, for instance, for annual software for the fire department, et cetera. We did do a second run last week on some utilities due to the holidays to make sure that those payments went out. And that was in for a total of $7,686.66. Prior to the meeting, there were some questions on some claims as far as reimbursements, et cetera, that I'll get the answer to in an email out to you guys. The amounts aren't large, but the descriptions on the pages aren't what they should be. So I will follow up on that. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Linda?
I have none other than those we talked about before the meeting that were descriptions only, minor amounts, but again, they're not, the descriptions were not what we would require.
Lolo, do you have anything?
No.
Okay. Yeah, and I just would agree that those are refined a little bit, a little more, it'd be better. And
Especially for credit card
Yeah, oh, yes.
things.
Yeah.
And everybody had been doing so great, and
Yep.
so, but we appreciate that. Okay, do you have a motion to approve the Register of Claims?
I move approval of the claims as submitted for $1,593,564.
Second.
Okay? Okay, do we have any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
We have some items of new business. First of all, bid for reconstruction of the Columbus Avenue project. I believe we have Adam Leach from the engineering office, city engineer. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Adam Leach, city engineer. So this is for the award of bid for Columbus Avenue. So this one is a little different in your agenda packet. We'd initially noted that the low bid was JG Case. Their bid was, get down to the bottom of this one, $2,379,068.10. In the process of due diligence and as brought up by another contractor, it was discovered that JG Case is not NDOT pre-qualified, which is a requirement per Indiana Code Title 8, and I can do the rest of the chapter and verse, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But that said, there is a requirement for those doing public road work in the state of Indiana for contracts over $300,000 to be NDOT pre-qualified. This does not apply to utilities, which is different for like MSD. So that said, the second lowest bidder was 3D Company with a bid of $2,394,000 flat, 000. They are NDOT pre-qualified, so that meets all the requirements of Title 8, and therefore I would recommend that, and our legal counsel would also recommend that we award the bid to 3D Company on that basis that they are NDOT pre-qualified and the lowest bid is not.
And just to be clear, this has gone back and forth through legal and such too, so it's been given due diligence and
Yep.
extra sets of eyes on it, so, okay.
And just at the,
I move approval of the bidder, the second lowest bidder as presented by Mr. Wright, Leach, excuse me, for
Second.
the Columbus Avenue project.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded. Do we have any comments or questions?
we'll just need to make sure it gets included in the minutes.
Yes, and
that it
we'll
was-
work with the language on that. You?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so all those in favor say aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so motion carried. Thank you. Lacey, I've got wording. We can make sure we, just as Adam said it. The next one is the approval of a bid for an ADA sidewalk
Yep.
work citywide.
All right, so same but different. Once again, Adam Leach, city engineer. So this is for ADA sidewalk work throughout the city. This was a unit price contract. So basically, each item of sidewalk was bid independently. We anticipate spending somewhere between $150,000 to $300,000 a year doing this. This is a 3-year contract with annual renewals. Basically, that means the contractor can come back and as prices of things increase, and they can get an adjustment with the city's agreement. It's not one way. The Board of Works will have to approve that whenever that increase comes around. That said, we did have 4 bidders, EMB, Edward Jones, or Jones and Edward, excuse me, Flatland Resources, and DC. DC was the low bidder. In examining their bid, it was determined that they had a fairly significant bust. They had not considered, 1, that this was a prevailing wage contract, and 2, that basically the cost of some of the materials exceeded what they bid without labor. So they respectfully requested that they withdraw their bid in the interest of, keeping things cordial. We allowed them to. So the second lowest bid, which was responsive and had correctly priced items to include prevailing wage and cost of materials, was Flatland Resources. Their bid was $46,541.36 for all items together. Those are read aloud already by Linda, so I will not do it again. Thank you, Linda. So I would recommend that we award the bid for the ADA annual sidewalk work to Flatland Resources, and I've got the contract for you to execute today as well.
And as I recall, the bid that was withdrawn was so significantly less. It was glaring, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I move approval of the bid with Flatland Resources for the ADA sidewalk.
And I'll second.
Okay. Again, Adam, thank you for all the due diligence and such. I mean, I know you're supposed to do that, but it's appreciated too. Okay, do we have any comments or questions? Okay, having none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much for your work.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ashton Land Surveyors presenting road dedication, the Han Plat and survey. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Kathy from Ashton Land Surveyor here in Muncie, 325 West Washington Street. The goal on this property is we have a parcel of land that was annexed several years ago. It's right there on Morrison, just south of Heron Point, across the street from Copperfield Commons area. This property is in the city of Muncie, and what we're doing is dedicating 30 feet of road right-of-way for a plat of a subdivision. We did a 1-lot subdivision, 1.85 acres of land, and we can't divide anything less than 5 acres per statute if I don't put it through a platting process. So we're dedicating 30 feet of the road right-of-way, which is the west side of the road on Morrison.
Okay. Okay, do we have a motion?
Yes, I move approval of the road dedication as presented.
Second.
Okay, any comments or questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. We have several presentations from the Office of Community Development. Good morning, Gretchen.
Good morning. Gretchen Cheeseman, Director of Community Development. I have a contract with Old West End Neighborhood Economic Revitalization Corporation for the second phase of reconstruction, rehabilitation of the building at 719 West Charles Street. The amount of the contract is $126,527, which will be used to remove a rear addition and on the building, and we got into working on the roof and found that there's a real severe structural issue in the basement that you couldn't see until you got on top of it. So they're going to be doing some shoring up of the rear wall, tearing the rear of the building off, and then making it weather tight for the next phase.
Okay, this is a historical rehabilitation.
Yes.
And the building is used for what currently?
The building right now is vacant.
Okay.
It will be for permanent supportive housing units, and it'll eventually end up as part of the big permanent supportive housing project that was funded by the state.
Okay,
In order for us to pass this building off to them, it has to be structurally sound, so.
Right. Okay. I move approval of the contract.
okay, you make a
Yep.
motion to
Yep.
approve the contract?
Motion. Yep.
We have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Great, thank you very much. Community Development Southern Terrace contract? Good morning.
Good morning. Melissa Poulin. I am the Home Investment Partnerships Program Coordinator for Community Development. Presenting a contract with Southern Terrace LP for our 2023 home grant in the amount of $199,000. This is going to fund a project which will ultimately develop 50 housing units, relatively scatter-built across a couple different parcels, of which 4 of those will be our home assisted units. These will be for low-income households.
Great. Do we have a motion to accept this?
Yeah. I move approval of the Southern Terrace contract for $199,000.
I'll second.
Okay. Do you have any comments or questions? Okay, having none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Motion
you.
carried. And we then have some bids to open. Nikita, are you going to explain maybe to this? For some housing rehabs from roofs, and go ahead.
Yeah, Nikita Adams, Community Development Planner. We have changed the way that we're doing the roofing on our homeowner rehabilitation projects. We got that contract approved earlier in the, or I guess last year now. And we are just having a contractor work through us and then reach out to the actual roofing contractors themselves, and then they'll submit bids this way. So that's what we're opening now.
Okay. And Linda?
Yes, just looking through these, we have 4 bids, all from the same bidder out of Newcastle for 4 different properties. These are all by Regal Roofing and Construction. The one for 2000 East Carver. Find what the amount is. Presumably, once I get one of these right, the others will fall into place.
Not all forms are the same, are they?
No. This first one is roof only, and the total price is $9,388. The second one is for Monroe. Roof and gutters only for $4,813. This one is for 1937 West 16th for a roof, $5677. Roof and gutters only, $10,228. I assume you want us to take these under advisement.
Linda, could you mention again who these are from?
Regal
Okay.
Roofing and Construction from Newcastle.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you're going to take these under advisement, okay? Thank you very much. Do you have any other points of business? I just want to mention one thing. I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Seifert. She's a loyal watcher online. Saw her yesterday at Subway, and she just came over and said hi, and so I just wanted to thank her and anybody who does watch online. We appreciate your involvement from afar, and thanks for being interested in our community. So, okay, having nothing else, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.